Small, medium enterprises, because their outfits are small, so cash flow is very important for them. And one of their key challenges is the ability to get the kind of liquidity, working capital that can balance between their sales taking versus their expenses. So as a bank, I think we are constantly looking at how we can innovate to help them optimize their working capital, how we can facilitate their collections as well as payables. The recent development from with capabilities like real time are opportunities for us to help them, how to work with them, how we can bring in faster cash flows into their business model, right? So things like QR, things like faster payments capabilities, real time 24 hours by 7 are things that they welcome, because that can move them away from cash as well as the checks collections.
Every organization, whether it's a bank or a corporate, needs to manage its cash rather effectively. And banks' treasury has traditionally been very active in monitoring and managing that liquidity. That has become a bit more important in the current state of regulation. Regulations have been hammering down majority of the banks. If you look at the Basel regulations coming down the line, or have been in effect, they have been looking at saying, make sure you have stable funding in place, your liquidity coverage ratio is in order.
So from DBS standpoint is we try to anticipate what are the things that the SMEs needs. So one of the things that we've been advocating is how do we help SME address their pain points with physical cash collections as well as checks collection, and to collect digitally. So by that we developed a product called DBS Max. This is our merchant app leveraging of QR, and customers just need to download the app from the App Store, get the user ID by being a corporate client of DBS, and then they could just set it up by themselves and use it almost like a wallet system to do their collections just by displaying the QR. Right? The value of this DBS Max also provide other form of benefits where they can do tracking of their sales collection from the app itself, and then they could also do refund if there's an error with the sales collection. And then thereafter, at the end of the day, the system will automatically sweep the funds into CASA.
We are agnostic to how the transaction is captured, and we will reconcile all the touch points of the transaction flow. And then we'll manage the entire life cycle. We have a very good front-end layer, which allows our users and the customer base to have a holistic view of what has happened. And it helps them process the transactions better, help them analyze these transactions better, and being more productive.
So for merchants today, they have a lot of choices when it comes to real-time payments or different types of payments and collections mode. That's because the market of Asia has been kind of exploding when it comes to digital innovations. The government for different countries has been promoting Smart Nation, and therefore through that they are coming out with more real-time infrastructure capabilities from the regulators. And this becomes a good opportunity for merchants to think digital and think about how this could change their business model and how they can be embraced into different parts of the ecosystem of their business.